So with that, I see a lot of familiar faces, but a lot of people are new. And so let me take a moment to introduce myself and, Untapped Ventures. And let me start off with this interesting statement here. And let's ponder this thought about life is becoming more complex, isn't it? I mean, there's just more, compared to 200 years ago, 100 years ago, there is more stress and suffering just trying to keep up with today's fast pace of, fast-paced technological advancements, competition for our attention. And, a lot of the conventional solutions are ineffective, and we see the kinds of problems this is causing just in general across the board for lots of segments of our population. And at the same time, on the other end of the spectrum, we're seeing just how, with the help of science, just how untapped human potential is. So there's on one side both this crisis and on the other side this opportunity. And that's my basic personal investing thesis, is how do we invest in venture scale companies that help people live their best self? How do we help humanity reach its untapped potential? And that's really where kind of the Untapped Ventures name came from. People think it's untapped startups or untapped founders or untapped markets. And yes, there is that double, triple, quadruple entendre, but it really started with the untapped human potential. And so with that, we developed our 6 best self pillars: the mind, the body, the soul, people and relationships, work and money, and growth. And we focus on that, and kind of that's the lens that we use when we look at companies. And what we wanted to do was look at exciting innovation that's really happening in the Web3 and the emerging tech sector. So between the metaverse, Web3, AI, and some of the other emerging areas, how are these emerging technologies going to help humanity the next 10, 20 years as we change and as we evolve as a species? So, so that's kind of what we've been up to. And so we have this really well thought out. I won't go through all this, but we look at kind of from each area, what are the problem spaces, what are the startups, and we really like Web3 as a space, and I'll talk more about that, how we're focusing our efforts more and more on Web3. But look, as I look around the room, there's people here that have made a lot more investments than I have. I'm just getting started. This is the top of the first inning. I'm playing the long game here. We have a plan. It's a 30-year mission over those 30 years to help 1 billion people achieve breakthroughs, and that's loosely defined, but in some way help them, move their life forward. And that's going to mean raising a number of funds and raising lots of dollars and making lots of investments. But I think we can do that.